Don't watch that. Watch this.
Well, what do you mean by this? Oh, well, this is my channel. Welcome to it. And if you guys do really enjoy it, you can go in, you can click the share button. That really, really helps the algorithm. Go to Twitter, Facebook, Blogger. I don't even know what the crap that is. Reddit, all the stuff. So if you do love that, we also have a join button. You go in, you click the little join button. $4.99 a month. You get all the cool, awesome emojis. Now, enjoy the video. They're giving away Star Trek Discovery again? Oh no, it's so bad, you gotta give it away again for the second time. Hello everyone, I am, come back. It went away too quick. Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube. There you go, consumer advocate, Harpy, and if the stream deck will cooperate, huge Star Trek fan, except for the new stuff, because the new stuff really isn't Star Trek. It is Star Trek in name only. It is Star Trek for people who don't like Star Trek, but like to feel like they belong. For people who like to like Star Trek. For people who like to pretend like they like stuff.
I like science.
Nobody asked you, Spock, really.
I like science.
I like money. Yeah.
I like science.
I like turtles.
I like science.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
I like science.
I like this one.
Yeah, it's for the people who like the modern day sci-fi fandoms and cosplaying and talking about it on Twitter and social media a lot more than they actually like watching the show. So why bother putting it on TV? For who? Who's it going to be for? Well, here you go. Thanks to Bounty into Comics for digging this one up. After plummeting viewership numbers, Star Trek boss Alex Kurtzman announces first season of Star Trek Discovery will be on CBS. It will air on CBS All Access in September. Oh, here we go. That's just what we need. What did they ever do to you? Why subject more people to this? Here we go. Here's what he wrote on Twitter. He wrote this. When did he write this? August 26th, 1:02 p.m. So today, Black Alert, Star Trek beams into broadcast for a limited time with special presentation of the first season. Well, why would you do that? Seriously, what has the viewing public ever done to deserve that? You know, it was nice and behind a paywall so that anybody who didn't want to shell out money wasn't able to accidentally stumble on it. They weren't accidentally able to come in and see... You know that, only the longer version. And to be fair, that's Picard, not Discovery, but it's really the same show, isn't it? It's just, who do you like better? Do you need to feel virtuous and root for Mikey Burnham here, who is so amazing and wonderful? She got her captain killed. After she assaulted her, she was thrown in the brig, started a war, mutiny also, that one too. Ended up going to war with the Klingons that resulted in the deaths of millions of people, and she got her commission back because she said, oopsie, I'll do better. After fixing her relationship with her brother, I suppose. It's just this modern Star Trek stuff. They give so much stuff thrown at the screen constantly, so you don't even know what's what. And all of these shows are pretty much the same. All this modern day Star Trek, that's kind of a reoccurring theme. It's made for people who, A, don't really like Star Trek to begin with, and B, don't really pay attention, or they'll look up every now and then. They give you a flash of light and some loud noise to know, hey, something's happening, so you can look up from your phone while you're tweeting about it without actually watching and paying attention to the show. So... Here you go. They're giving it away on CBS, regular CBS in September. If you really want to be subjected to that, and I don't really recommend it, let us watch it for you. Your time is a lot more valuable than my time, and I can sit here and pick apart everything that's wrong with it. This will be the first time the entire season. Well, but they did it before with a couple of episodes here and there. And they did it before with the first episode of Picard. And then they've been sprinkling all these others on YouTube just to what? Try and get them nominated for an Emmy, just to kind of say, hey, see, these are really, really wonderful and they're visually impressive, and vote for them anyway. Because we're for diversity. And, well, yeah, you're Star Trek. Really, you're Star Trek. We already know. This will be the first time the entire first season of Discovery will not be behind a paywall, and CBS previously aired the first episode of Discovery for a limited time on YouTube. The first season aired in the beginning of September 2017 and concluded 15 episodes later. While the show wasn't available outside of the United States, outside of CBS All Access, it did air on Canada on CTV. Now here's the thing. They did drop that first episode, and a lot of people saw the first episode and said, yeah, this doesn't look like something I'll... Oh, thank you so much for subscribing. Prongs82, really, really appreciate it. This doesn't seem like anything that anybody really bit anyway. That's why they never released any official numbers. That's why any numbers and viewership that we did have was Canadian only, because of airing in Canada. And here we go. According to Numeris, the first episode charted in Canada. It did top the charts with 2.27 million, but by the 14th episode, it was airing on Space and it only had 938,000 viewers. Now that's just Canada, so it dropped a lot. See, if it's good, people stick around and it gains. It doesn't just completely drop and drop and drop. That tends to be a pattern, and you can't really deny that at this point. In its final episode, the show did not even break the top 30 most viewed shows in Canada. Primetime was the least viewed, PYC 2018 Primetime was the least viewed show in the top 30 with 927,000 viewers. That means Discovery had less than that by the season's end. It may have even been lower. See, with Numeris, you can only see the top. Here we go. Do they give a link? Sometimes they give a link because they're awesome. Here we go. And you can see it right here. Star Trek Discovery. Nope. I'm not even seeing it. This is, February. This is right. It didn't even make the top 30. SWAT, Chicago PD. Oh, no, there it is. 27. There we go. 27. Oh, yeah. Me not even seeing it and reading it here. Well, we're doing it live. This is how you know. All right, what's the numbers? 938,000 right there on January 27th through February 14th, 2018 are the numbers that we have here. But that's Canadian only. That doesn't include anywhere else. And here's the funny thing that I've learned about Star Trek is that outside of the US, unless it's good, people aren't going to care, because you can't send something like Star Trek to a European audience and have it dumbed down for American viewers. Sorry. That's pretty much what Star Trek is now. It's just dumbed down for the American viewers who don't know the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek, or kind of remember Captain Kirk, or kind of remember Dr. Spock on that Star Trek show. That's who it's really for, or the young people who are out there trying to turn it into, oh, I'm going to make a statement and I'm going to support a show because diversity and blah, blah, blah. All right, it was Star Trek. It always was. What's your point? You need a pat on the back? Do you need to feel included that much that you got to go and latch onto a show you would never like in the first place and change it into something else? That means the show lost at least 1.347 million viewers in the course of 15 episodes. That's almost 60% loss in their audience from the season premiere. Also, Bounding Into Comics has a channel, and we do have them on Midnight's Edge After Dark quite a lot, so definitely check them out over there. Not only did the show bleed viewers in Canada, but also received poor audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh yeah, it did. 51, and this is with a lot of encouraging marketing accounts, in my opinion, who pretty much recite the same thing. Because how easy is that to do? Just pay some guy 8 hours a day. Just pay some guy $1,000 to say, you know what, for your next week, go and sit there on Rotten Tomatoes, make a bunch of emails, and just give positive reviews to things. They always like to say how we review bomb stuff when we give it a negative review. That's not the case. Where do you think they got the idea? Where do you think they even got the thought in their head to even accuse anybody of that? Well, that's because that's what they've been doing all along. And I've made countless videos on that. I've absolutely made countless videos on that. Same thing with these viewers here with their numbers. And here we go, season 2. And there's only 2,000 user scores here with a 36%. Only 2,000. Only 2,000 people even cared. It's probably no coincidence that the debut of the first season of Discovery will air on CBS just a few weeks before the third season airs. See, and this makes good business sense to me. It makes good logical business sense that they'd want to do this just to try and bait some poor gullible viewer who might not know what they're getting into, might not be aware of all the drama and basically the criticism anybody has for not liking it. Because there's this whole faction of people who don't understand that if you criticize Discovery for, let's say you have an issue with how this character is very rude and condescending, not very professional or any of that stuff. They don't understand that it's the way the character is written and not the person playing it, right? They don't understand that if you plopped Tom Cruise into this role, or Jason Momoa, or anyone, Karen Gillan, anybody into this role, they would also have the same criticism. They would also have equal criticism because the role and the character is terrible. The character is Michael Burnham, and the character is terrible in my opinion. And, she's holding her face the correct way this time. Yeah, she usually points it right at her face. Oh, don't believe me. Here you go. Let me find it. I pulled it up not too long ago for something. And it's really, really. Here you go. Normally that's how we see her, because, they just can't be bothered, right? This is one of those shows. They can't be bothered to get details correctly. They can't be bothered. They don't care. They just want to come in, get a paycheck, leave. These aren't people who particularly like Star Trek, don't really want to be working on Star Trek. That's the problem here. And if you do have any criticisms of it, well, guess what? Guess what you get called? Guess what they only see? Guess what the fans of the show only see in some cases? And those are the ones who are quick to jump on the little bandwagon of, presentism, I guess is the best way to put it. So it's not too hard to imagine that Viacom and CBS Kurtzman are attempting to find an audience for the show. After the first season saw over 1 million people in Canada vacate. Yeah, it makes good business sense to kind of convince some random gullible normie viewer who doesn't pay attention to the behind the scenes stuff, doesn't pay attention to how the fans are received and how the fans who are critical of the show are treated in a lot of ways. Shame on you. Shame on you for trying to go and hook some gullible sci-fi viewer who's just going to stumble on this without knowing it. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I am MechaRandom42, and I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.